Hey folks, Grego here with another snack food quickie, and today this is going to be on Sizzlin Nashville Hot Ranch Dressing by Hidden Valley. If you take a look at the top here, it says it's a 3 out of 4 of the hottest Hidden Valley, as compared to the other new Hot Honey Ranch, which is a 2 out of 4. This one is a 3 out of 4. Now, I have to say that this is a shout out to the Candyman in England, from The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS and Spill the Geek Tea. He is a host on Spill the Geek Tea, as am I. That is a weekly variety show that airs live every Sunday, and it was started by Reverend Amagon. And I started watching food tasting videos on Reverend Amagon's other YouTube channel, Tase T Talk, where he goes by Tase T Kaaake. Now, on a Spill the Geek Tea earlier this year, or late last year, Candyman suggested trying honey on pizza, which I hadn't heard of. And if you take a look at the serving suggestion here of the spicy hot honey ranch, it does show a serving suggestion of pizza. But so when I do a proper review of this one, what am I going to do? I'm going to put it on pizza. And to do that, it would require making the pizza. And I'm not going to do that today because my wife and I have already been in the kitchen way too much for the last few days. So with the Nashville Hot Ranch, a lot of Californians believe ranch dressing was made in California or it was invented here. And if you take a look at the top where it says since 1954, now I had also read that it was invented in Alaska in 1950. But I'm not going to get into that debate, because people like stories with food, and I think that it's okay to just believe what you want. And it may have very well originated in California at a location that later became known as Hidden Valley, which is a ranch, and it's ranch, which is why it's called ranch dressing. So there's a reason I need to open this. I found out something interesting with a previous review that I did. I reviewed these from the ground up cauliflower cheddar puffed veggie stalks. Okay, that was the previous food tasting video. And I did spice them up. I used a homegrown fire and ice pepper. I cut it into a ring, a little ring of fire, and put it around the tube in order to make it more interesting, because to me these seemed a little bit bland at first. Now, even though it says cauliflower cheddar, the main ingredient of these tubes is actually cassava, which is a root, and I did explain that in that video. Now, I failed to rate these, and I'm really glad I did, and here's why. I think that when someone rates a food, they need to have at least had anything at all ever like it to compare to, so that they know what they're talking about. They have to have something to compare it to be able to rate it. Now, with these here, I've never had a cauliflower snack like this before. I've had cauliflower pizza dough, but this isn't pizza, it's a snack. And I said that what these need is something to make them more interesting. So I'm going to do that with Hidden Valley Ranch. Let's take a look at the ingredients here. Water, vegetable oil, soybean and or canola, spices, sugar, salt, buttermilk, less than 1% of garlic, onion, mustard, xanthium gum, disodium phosphate, vinegar, phosphorus acid, monosodium glutamate. Okay, that's cool. Disodium, something I can't read, and natural and artificial flavors. And then, of course, sorbic acid added to preserve the freshness. It contains milk, egg, and soy. This is printed so small I can barely read it. I have to use the camera to read it because I can't even read it with my own eyes. And then it says manufactured for something food products on Broadway in Oakland, California. It's gluten-free. Doesn't say where it's made. Really? Well, I'm assuming it was not made at the Hidden Valley Ranch in California, but why? Why is it so hard for food manufacturers to put where it was made on there? Put proudly made in California if it is. The reason it doesn't say that is probably not. God only knows where it was made. Okay, let's get this safety cap on, or off of here. Whoa, and whoa, it's spilling out. This bottle was very, very full. Okay, and let me try not to spill the ranch in my keyboard. Let's get some globs of that. Ooh, messy there. Okay, here's what it looks like. It has a thicker consistency than the ranch dressing that I remember our family making when we were kids. That one started with sour cream and buttermilk. Okay, let's see how these are spiced up. Okay, that makes these damn good. The reason I'm glad that I didn't rate these is that I thought they were rather bland. Ooh, that ranch is hot. I thought that they were rather bland. However, when everyone else in the household tasted them, they enjoyed them. So I would rate these high and consider them a must try. I personally just think they needed something else. And as far as the ranch dressing is concerned, this is really, really powerful. Just as a condiment, you don't need much at all. Okay, so for the Nashville hot ranch, I'm going to rate that compared to other ranch dressings. I'll give it an 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5 because honestly, I think it's too hot. And for me to hear myself saying that, I'm very surprised because I love hot food. It's really intense. I don't know why it shows a red bowl of something, a little condiment. It looks like a 2-ounce condiment packet of something, or cup of something red at the bottom. That almost looks like buffalo, and this doesn't taste like buffalo. It's just hot. It is hot as hell. Now, it shows a serving suggestion of fried chicken on bread. I do this all the time. I'll take fried chicken strips or breasts and drizzle some ranch dressing on them and put a couple of dill pickles on top. I don't use bread for dietary reasons. I have tried to eliminate bread from my diet, so I will just eat the chicken strip with the ranch dressing on top and a couple of pickles, or just mayonnaise. And in my case, I use Japanese mayonnaise, which is made with all egg whites, which I prefer to American mayonnaise. So either way, so to follow up on this, I'm going to need to make some fried chicken. And no, I'm not making pizza today in order to try the other flavors serving suggestion, and I'm not making fried chicken today. I just wanted to quickly update this product that I just reviewed and underscore why it's important for reviewers to be careful with your ratings if you don't have anything to compare it to, because I thought these were bland. Apparently, I'm the only one that did think that they were bland. Everybody else loved them. So there's a good purpose for also making sure that the food reviewers that you are watching are being fair and accurate when they're giving out ratings. And it might be prudent to know how much experience they have with a certain type of food before they try to rate it, thus comparing it to something else. Because if you haven't tried something else like it, how can you fairly rate it? I'm just saying, okay? So if you're enjoying these videos, the links to Tasty Talk with Tase T Kaaake are down below. Also a link to Spill the Geek Tea, where I'm a host live every Sunday. We are food geeks as well. The Candy Man over in England, who started this whole thing about honey on pizza, who is also a fan of ranch, is on there as well. He's a host as well. Yes, that's how they say ranch dressing in England is ranch. And I think I'm going to start calling that from now on, because that just sounds beautiful and classy. So shout out to you, Candyman. And one more dip before I say goodbye. Yeah, that's too hot. Whew. You only need a little bit of this. Now I'm going to have to make some fried chicken to use all of this up. This right here would last me for a year, and the expiration date is probably not that far out. Yep, July of 2025. So before you go gung-ho buying a whole bunch of different things to taste for your YouTube tasting videos, check the dates. Peace out from California.